His voice still echoes in my head. I need to know more. Let's find that antenna on the village beach. This tape recorder is helpful during late nights. Don't judge me, Pierre. It's my only way to hear a human voice now. I finished reading the documents Matthew Banks had left for his replacement, who never came. Matthew apparently needed to join the lighthouse maintenance team to gain access to the Rorqual cell. To achieve this, he was forced to make a deal. The sect could help him get hired quickly, but in exchange, Matthew would have to pass on the information obtained once there. He didn't know why the cult was interested in all this, but he needed them, so he agreed in order to continue his investigation. Matthew knew that the Rorqual cell used a specific radio frequency to communicate with the outside. Just before his departure, he discovered that the cell could no longer connect to this very frequency. The radio worked well, but the signal of this wave was scrambled, which prevented transmissions. It looked like sabotage, but who was behind it all? A member of the lighthouse team? Another spy? Only one thing was clear to him. If someone had wanted to disturb the signal, he would have gone through the big antenna of St. Exel. I have already spotted it in the past. It is on the quays towards the beach. I just have to go there. I'm sure it's this giant blue rock under the house that must be responsible for our bubble that protects and keeps monsters away from our home. The crate of rocks came with a bunch of analysis papers that probably had to be shipped with the set. I don't understand all this paperwork, but these rocks seem to have totally unexpected properties. I don't know if there is any connection between the monsters and this rock, and why it would have an effect on them and not me.
If you're listening to this, you are probably the person sent by the office to continue my investigation. Well, at least I hope. My name is Matthew Banks, and I started this work about a year ago. As stated in my previous reports, I infiltrated the lighthouse last month, but they just found out that a tape was missing, and I think they're on to me now. I used to borrow tapes during the night, but this time they noticed before I could bring them back. I didn't have time to use the new filtering machine, but I left a tape inside it. I hope it's safe there with you. Since I have to leave, I prepared the way for you, and I have regrouped all of my ongoing work onto 3 different boards, each including a guiding tape. The first one gathers my studies on the audio signal coming from the oceanic floor, which was the reason our interest was piqued by St. Exel in the first place. The second board will give you more details on the local cult, whose believers call themselves the Devoted. The third board is about Operation White Medusa, which is probably why you're here now. We are now definitely forced to recognize that the village of St. Exel is the center of great political and scientific interest, as we first suspected. I hate to leave like this, but I'm afraid my time has come. During the last 2 weeks, the lighthouse had trouble acquiring new information from ashore. Apparently some kind of technology has been jamming their signal. Is there some kind of expert trying to hack the operation? I'll leave it to you to find out.
completely locked. The access is condemned at the top. Left, the White Manor and the lighthouse. I can still smell the perfume of stamps and papers, but no one will come to pick up the mail tonight. Why did they have to attack during the fair? It's my favorite event in this damn village. Pierre, where are you? It won't open from this side. Ahead, Boisseau's Park and the beach. Left, St. Exel's Church. The soldiers were perfectly organized and cut off all access. We had almost zero chance of escaping this mass kidnapping. Like sheep in the dark. They really wanted to prevent us from following them. They've put it beyond repair during their escape. The closed cover is moving, but not enough so I can see. If only there was a gust of wind. I have to wait a bit for the gym to recharge. Ahead, Boisseau's Park in the beach. Left, St. Exel's Church. The closed cover is moving, but not enough so I can see. If only there was a gust of wind. Long time no see, Boisseau's Park. Park mausoleums were not spared by the cult either. They are a real scourge for this village. Ahead, the beach and Assumption Church. Right, viewpoint. I am the repairman in charge of fixing this gate. I've found a way to supply current to this unpredictable electrical panel. I've linked it to one of the small wind generators we have in the village. As long as there is wind, there will be current. Only issue is that while I was fixing it, one of those freaking birds stole the key from my van. If you find them, please bring them to my office. Mr. Levins. Beach access and renovation. The people of St. Exel suffered so much in recent years. It's moving to see that they tried their best to maintain the festivals and other traditions. Only one destination for you, my bag. Amongst birds living in the park, you will find the Corvus picatrix. I know you, you little flying thief. They keep their precious loot inside their beak, which makes it really hard to get back. To prevent such situations, scarecrows were installed by local farmers. I don't think I can get used to it.
Solve this puzzle and win a coin to use in George's workshop. We often forget the path that brings us back to the finish, to the beginning, to the start. Yes, to the start.
I'm done with you. Let's take a walk. Just you and me. I feel that the wind turbine is going to need a little help from me to launch. I'm going to need something to break those. I could not finish fixing this fence because the damn bird stole my van's key, where all my tools are. I've been trying to get them back, but it's nested high up and I can't seem to attract it. If you manage to get my keys back, please call me at the number written on my truck, Mr. Levins. Birdie, it's between you and me now. There's a thieving crow's nest right up there. As expected, it has something in its beak, but it will only leave its nest if it appears safe to do so. Wait, it was enough to start the turbine. Completely locked. Nothing.